The reason I came back to Conjuring 2 is the opportunity to work with Vera and Patrick again, and the producers and the studio. I had such a great time working with everyone on the first movie. It was so much fun, and the opportunity to sort of expand on this world that we started on the first film, and to work with people that I truly love was just great. It was a no-brainer. I just love working with Vera and Patrick. Those two are so much fun on set to work with. They're kind of like kids, When I cold cut, they would just sort of, just joke around amongst themselves, and we just have fun. And it does help, that kind of like lighter atmosphere really does make a big difference. Filmmaking can be very challenging, and it can be extremely stressful. But if you have people that you like, that helps it tremendously. People love that it's based on a true story to whatever extent that is, and they love the scares. The scares are fun and enjoyable, and but ultimately I think it's because people love Vera and Patrick's depiction of Ed and Lorraine Warren. They're very affable, they're very lovable, and they're such honest characters, who they are, and the fact that all they want to do is just, go out there and help people who have supernatural troubles, and I think that makes them very endearing. We search far and wide to find someone that can really embody the Janet Hudson role, and I gotta say, I'm so fortunate to have found Madison Wolfe. I think she is an amazing, amazing, talented young actress. I think she has a bright future ahead of her, and just the things that she brought to this movie is incredible. I like the house to feel as real as possible, and because what that does is it gives me the freedom to follow actors from room to room without cutting it up. And I think that style of filmmaking is very important to the way I construct my scares, my set pieces. And so by the very nature of that, I told my production designer very early on that we need to, literally build a two-story house, and so that was what we did on the first film, and it worked really well for us. And so I kind of want to continue that tradition as well with this. That's exactly what we did. We built a two-story house inside a soundstage so that we can literally follow actors up and down the stairs, and also that way it feels more like a real house. One of the biggest things I really wanted to do is bring respect back to studio horror films. People forget that all the great horror movies we love of past eras, all the classics from the 60s, the 70s, were all studio movies. They were all studio horror films, and people didn't thumb their nose down at those movies. They were treated with so much respect, from Jaws to The Exorcist, you name it. Like, all the great movies were made by the studio system. And so for me, with the Conjuring films, I really wanted to bring that back again. And it's fantastic having the support of New Line, Warner Brothers, and my producers on this, that we all want the same thing. We all want to make a horror movie that isn't just a throwaway horror film that people can take seriously, like it's just any other movie, that people wouldn't talk down about it. And yeah, that's very important for me. I've definitely made a few scary movies in my career now, and I feel like this is one of the final things I really want to say.
Ryan Reynolds said that Deadpool will be the last comic book character he will ever portray. However, he is open to Deadpool sequels and/or cameos. Are you looking forward to watching Deadpool? Let me know in the comments below, and click here for more cool videos. Bye.